New data reveals an increase in the number of deaths due to illicit drug overdoses. The BC Coroner's Service has released information that shows a 25% increase in the number of suspected drug overdose deaths between December and January 2018. The 125 deaths in January equates to about 4 deaths per day for the month, and half of those who died were between the ages of 19 and 39. But only 3 townships reported over 10 cases of illicit drug overdose deaths.
Not a lot of people just come in here and that's it. You know, we have the magic pill and you're done, right?
For so long, government funding and focus has been on detox, often short-term, temporary access to help. A new paper published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal has set out a number of guidelines for effective addiction therapy. Detox, not one of them.
Detox has been kind of a standalone intervention. People go into a detox program and then the door clicks behind them when they leave, and we know now that we're actually better off doing nothing because that increases fatal overdoses when we do that.
The guidelines are also steering doctors away from methadone as the first line of treatment, instead using Suboxone as a much safer alternative, and offering patients with acute substance use disorder slow-release morphine as a final option to manage their symptoms. The guidelines do stop short of injectables, but the steps outlined at least give the healthcare system a starting point to treat opioids as a health epidemic.
We know actually that for every dollar that the taxpayer invests in addiction treatment, the savings are about $12 in reduced health and criminal justice costs.
At overdose prevention sites, the guidelines don't mean much yet. People still using drugs with unknown potency and content. But giving people a place to go if they do want help, a critical step.
What's hopeful to me about hearing this from Dr. Woods is that that it will be accepted and normalized outside of the downtown east side.
At this stage, the guidelines, just a blueprint for a model to effectively treat addiction. But getting doctors up to speed and then providing the needed social supports for treatment, still a long-term solution. Right now, the goal might just be keeping people alive.
Paramedics were responding to a call on East Hastings near Columbia Street. They noticed the exposed needle sticking out from a wall next to an automatic door opening button. Luckily, no one was hurt and the syringe was safely removed. This incident follows a number of others around Victoria's downtown core, where needles were found placed in dangerous ways.
Discovered a whole lot of drugs. In February, officers busted into a home on the 8400 block of 154th Street and found more than 50,000 doses of drugs, including meth, heroin, cocaine, pot. They also found this gun, a semi-automatic pistol, which they believe is connected to a recent break-and-enter in Chilliwack. No arrests were made. RCMP say they will release that information at a later date.
There were 125 suspected drug overdose deaths in January 2018. That's a 12% decrease over January 2017. However, that number still equates to about 4 deaths per day for the first month of the year, and men account for about 82% of those who lost their lives.